opened up acting for us up there. He did a lot of work that Stanislavski had done in Russia, and you just didn't go on and try to take an attitude or say lines. You went on with the knowledge of where your character had been before, what your character's attitude was about this or that, the time of day it was, the kind of weather it was, everything that affects people in life. He taught us to use in acting to become more real. And it was an eye-opener for most of us. We had had college teachers who said, be a little more feisty there. But never anything organic and underneath what the result should be. But, he was so brilliant. We all revered him. And he wasn't somebody you just loved. I mean, he was kind of stiff, and he wasn't like a Kazan, who charmed you and was warm and made everybody feel like $1 million for the 10 minutes he was around. He was reserved, but he had a love for the work and the purity of that method that they called it that was inspiring. It touched us very deeply. This is a photo of my first job in the theater. I was understudy to Julie Harris in Member of the Wedding. That was a big lead. She played a 12-year-old girl who was kind of a genius, and it was written by Carson McCullers, who was one of our first high-grade novelists in America. Actually, I had been first acting in public in a television show that the Actors Studio put on in 1949. But this was my first job in the theater, which led to my whole future career in the theater because Julie got ill, and I got to play it once and then 6 times in a row, where lots of people had time to come and see me later. And this is probably why I'm married to Alan Gooding today. I played it 6 times in a row because she was sick for a week. And he had graduated from Drake in Des Moines and come to see the play I was in as an understudy. And there I was playing it. And, of course, well, what can I say? He just thought I was marvelous. But he's a great fan from the word go. And actually came one more time to see me when I was on Broadway playing part. This is a photo of Paul Kelly and me in The Country Girl, which was my first real part on Broadway. You can see the hair is still short from where they cut it off when I played the 12-year-old understudy and Member of the Wedding. I was very lucky. I played a part in a Tennessee Williams play, a William Inge play. That's a photo of me and Tennessee Williams when we were going out of town to play his play, which was The Rose Tattoo. I played the daughter. I always played the daughter. I was an eternal ingenue, but that was his beloved dog. And we were all pretty happy because we thought we had a hit, and we did.
I might add that the Osanna won the New York Times Derwent Award that year for the finest featured actress of the year for her portrayal of Rosa Della Rosa in that play. For example, the New York Post said about Osanna, quote, Phyllis Love proves herself a young actress of unusual skill, honesty, and lyric grace.
Bus Stop, which I did in '54, and it was about a group of people stuck in a bus stop because they were snowed in on a Kansas night, And we were all on stage, the 3 acts. It wasn't like the movie that Marilyn Monroe made where they dramatized what we talked about. It was a different script. And I had the part of this naive young waitress, the eternal ingenue. And it was fun because this alcoholic professor took a liking to me and got me to do a Romeo and Juliet scene with him, and which was, well, it was a dream come true. I never got to play Juliet on the stage, realistically. That was an interesting experience because I had a mystic experience playing that part. I didn't have to lead. Kim Stanley was great as this dancer, singer, who was besieged by this cowboy who wanted to marry her, and she didn't want to marry him. But I was through the play, the whole 3 acts, I was like a 16-year-old waitress, and Elaine Stritch was the woman who ran the cafe, and it was a great cast. But I kept trying to be more and more method, and I didn't realize I was getting slower and slower trying to be real. And the stage manager came to me one night and devastated me. And I found out afterwards I'm best when I'm devastated. He said, "Phyllis, what happened to you? You were so good in this part. You're so slow now. What are you doing?" I thought, oh, I don't know what to do. And I just prayed, "Oh, God, please let me be real. Just talk and listen." That's all I pray for. And not be slow. And a strange thing happened for 3 acts. Every time someone spoke to me, another actor, I would get nuances of meaning from each syllable of sound they said. I had fascinated what was going on. Not just of what they said, but other meanings below that. And that happened with every actor. And it went on for 3 acts. And afterwards I thought, wow, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. I was in another world. It was so fascinating. And the next night, Kim Stanley, who's a very tough cookie, she's a marvelous artist, but she doesn't make nice or anything. She says what she feels. She said, "Well," she said, "I don't know what you did last night, but my agent, Lucy Crowe, was in the audience, and she said, I don't know if Phyllis Love was good or what last night, but I couldn't take my eyes off of her. There was a light around her head for 3 acts. And I thought, well, it was real. It was a real experience, and whatever it meant. So that's my great memory of bus stop.